to go burr. Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in to the 15th episode of J Talks Crypto. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about proof of work versus proof of stake and how it relates to weed, blunts, and a whole bunch of weird, stupid shit. So, like you guys know, a lot of these talks are completely freestyled, and I'm just kind of like talking out of my ass, just ranting. Like I said, I should probably call this channel J Rants Crypto, but this was like a thought that I had the other day. I was posting on Twitter, and it was just like an idea that I had. So I'm just kind of like, hey, let me try it. So, proof of work versus proof of stake. What the fuck? A lot of times, the arguments that the maximalists have is that proof of stake is no different to the current system that we have today. It's just a small group of people connected to the money printer, and I actually agree with that sentiment. But if you're new to crypto, maybe you don't understand why that's very important. And I think where it comes from is the need to want to get something from nothing. I believe that that's where it all stems from. With Bitcoin, let's say you were super duper early. You're Satoshi. You have 1,000,000 coins, right? If you want to get more Bitcoin, you have to be like everybody else. You have to either go buy it spot, or you have to go spend money on mining equipment to mine it. There's no other way around it. With proof of stake, you're getting something for nothing. And with proof of work, it's impossible to do that. Now, a way that you can think about it is that if you have 1,000,000 Bitcoin, there's no way that you can get more Bitcoin easily. You can, like, the only way that you can get more Bitcoin is by working for it, getting miners to hopefully be able to mint more Bitcoin than you have. And that's not a sure thing, because you don't know, because then anyone else, you're just competing in the free market, and then you have to use the Bitcoin that you already have in order to fund that mining equipment. So that's not a guarantee. So that's kind of like the argument towards proof of work, where it's just that's why sometimes like whales aren't a problem, because it's just like once the whales sell, there's no real easy way for them to get the Bitcoin back. With proof of stake, it's a little bit different, because all you need to do to get more of the currency, the mining is replaced with just staking the currency. And all you got to do is click, and boom, you start printing money. And that's inherently unfair, because all the people, it's just like, oh, if you're early, you have more access to the money printer. Someone who is just like a nobody, they don't really have the same chance to compete with you. And that's a little bit unfair. Now, how does that relate to weed? How does weed help me understand this argument a little bit more? So the way that I would say it is just, I don't know if you guys burn or not, but you can replace weed for tea. Almost any plant, really. And you can compare the alternative to a synthetic drug, where with weed or with tea or with a certain kind of herb, you have to grow it, and there's no other way around it. And that's actually kind of why weed functions as money. It doesn't matter if it's illegal or not. Someone's gonna take it, and someone's probably gonna pay you for it, and it's probably gonna command a premium. And that's kind of the thing, because there's no other way around it. Like, it's easily verifiable. You can take it, you can smell it, you can look at it, and you can tell if it's fake. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the K2 spice kind of stuff that was coming out a little while ago, but if you ever saw it, you knew that it was completely bogus when compared to the real thing. And that's what I feel proof of stake is, because it's trying to take a shortcut, and it's just like, yeah, you might be getting a similar high or a similar feeling with it, but it's a shortcut, and you're going to feel those trade-offs. And those trade-offs are going to manifest in different ways. If it was in real life, you would get some fucking crazy ass PCP kind of side effects if you smoked it, instead of getting the chill high that you were looking for, by getting something that was created with the basic laws of thermodynamics in mind. So that's kind of like the little train of thought that I had regarding proof of work versus proof of stake, and how to use something like growing plants to understand it a little bit and to wrap your head around it. I wouldn't completely and utterly dismiss Bitcoin because of the proof of stake versus proof of work thing. A lot of times, I think that people are going to try to push their energy narratives, and they're trying to push something that's thermodynamically perverse, I guess. It doesn't respect the laws of nature. That's not really how things operate. And that's not really how things should operate in the real world. We shouldn't want to strive for a system like that. And that's kind of like one of the reasons why I do gravitate towards Bitcoin, because maybe I didn't get a whole bunch of mining equipment super early the way that some other people did. So you're saying like, oh, it's not really fair because they have all this mining equipment. Well, guess what? You can still come up with an algorithm on your own. You can design a chip on your own. And if that chip is good, and if that code is good, then what's going to happen is that you're going to provide more security to the network, and you're going to get more Bitcoin. And that's how this system works. The only way that you can get more Bitcoin is to provide a tangible benefit to the network. You have to provide a service, and you have to provide work, and you have to prove it. And there's no way to fake it. And that's kind of like why it's important to, the same way, like if you get like these crazy ass drugs, like I'm not trying to do like some crazy ass shit. Like I want something normal. I want something chill. Like I'll grab. I'll drink a beer. I'll smoke a J. I'll do something like that. But anything else, anything that's more than that, I don't really trust the way that it was made. Um, that's kind of like how I feel about some of these altcoins now. It's just like, if you actually think about how they're made, they're promising you something and they're not being honest with the trade-offs being made, and I don't like that, and we shouldn't accept that. But this video is getting a little bit long. I do want to keep it short and sweet with these terrible Bitcoin analogies. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know I hate to ask, and we are doing this open dime giveaway at I have decided to do it at 1,000 subscribers, but I am trying to promote 10millionsatoshis.com. It's an informational site, and I got a whole bunch of new merchandise pressed, and I also have kind of like a little website redesign that I've been working on. So once we get to 100 subscribers, I will be giving the first subscriber a free t-shirt. Or I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but someone's going to get a t-shirt. One person at 100 subscribers. So there's a little benefit for you guys. Anyway, thanks again. And this is JTox Crypto signing off.